Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show. Live from your headphones. It's Heffron and Reep.
Yeah. John Heffron. Across the interwebs is John Reep is his name.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hickory, North Carolina. Broadcasting you from Michigan. Ran a barn. Although I tried to figure out my barn thing. I have the best internet here. Really.
Yeah.
The likes of which nobody's ever seen before. And then I had a little, there was a glitch in my internet the other day. By the way, if anybody, just side note, hey, John, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Look, those of you who are tuning in right now, let me just grab you since I have your attention. Our Patreon page. We're having a lot of people doing a lot of cool things. And if you go to heffronreep.com and click on Patreon, I always say the name wrong. It's not Patron. It's Patreon. It's Heffron Reep. And what Patreon, there's a bunch of levels, and it's basically, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Here's what it is. It's us with a hat in front of us asking for tips. That's what the world has come down to.
There's very little reward that we'll do in exchange for it. I mean, we have things we'll do. We've done a couple already with our Patreon supporters with the subject change and all that crap.
Yeah, but is what it is. I still feel a little, ushy about it, but that's what everyone does, and people do it well. And there's a lot of the cool things we're going to have people do. It's just never been my thing.
We're listener supported. Just support us and know that we love you. Just
like PBS.
Right.
Just like, and I had something that we were going to talk about. So there's that. You're fine. Internet for me, right now, it's like 70 degrees here.
Yeah.
So it's super nice. I can't see my breath. I'm not like this shivering. This is like a perfect scenario. The other day, and this is what I want to share with people. I did an internet thing, and my internet was going in and out, and I couldn't understand why, because my dial-up speed, the fiber optics that I'm at with this place is crazy, as fast as it could possibly be. But I still kind of max headroom, right? And I don't know if anyway, some people are less sympathetic to technical issues that happen naturally. Some people just aren't wired enough to just go, that was a thing. It happens to a lot of people. Some people are whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna start getting mad, John Reep. So, cool. If you're doing a Zoom call or anything like that, and you have a VPN on your computer, as a little side note, make sure it doesn't kick on or doesn't turn on. Your VPN is slowing up your computer if you're doing Zoom calls or stuff like that by about 99%. And I did not know that. Now I do. I don't know how I was expected to know, but it's a lesson learned.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never even considered that. I've done one Zoom corporate thing, and I did it from my house.
Yeah.
And usually works. The upload speed is what you're talking about, right? Like where you're at now, your upload speed is better than it was.
Because the VPN slows it down. So if you have a VPN on your computer and you're like, why is my internet so bad? Why do I keep cutting out? It's because that thing is slowing you down. I didn't know it at the time. And you know what? Now I do.
Well, I will say this. You look great now. You sound great. Your background looks great. I see there's 2 Christmas trees behind you, one with a snowman on top, and the other one, I'm not sure what it is. That one's a little bit darker than the other, but it looks very Christmassy back there, even though it's November 9th. It still looks good.
I think, though, at this point, by the way, thank you for everybody tuning in. Comments. I'm trying not to look.
Oh, right.
It feels Christmassy. Like usually back in the olden days, I would come back to Michigan right this weekend, because this is the same week that I've been at the Comedy Castle for 30 some years. And up until a couple of weeks ago, I didn't think that date was going to happen, but I'm actually there. Michigan people, all the shows are sold out, by the way. I think we added. So I mean, sure, they can only seat 550 people less than what but I think they just added a Sunday show.
No, that's great.
And I have no idea what's going on or what time that Sunday show is. No point. I mean, it should be at 3:00 in the afternoon at this point. There's no reason to have a late night show, but they're adding a Sunday show. But usually I'm here. This kind of made me feel like it's holiday season is because I'd fly in from LA and then I would come to Michigan and then I would perform at the Comedy Castle. Then it would be Thanksgiving and then it would be Christmas. And then,
right.
And then that whole thing. But this whole year kind of seems like who knows?
I was, I live with my mom now. So,
awesome.
Do you
have a bedtime? Does she make you have a bedtime?
She has a bedtime. My brother also lives with me.
Uh-huh.
He definitely has a bedtime. This boy goes to bed around 9 p.m., 8:39, gets up at 5, works out. That's a whole nother story. There's no bedtime, but I feel like it's sort of like, we're going to bed, you hold it down. There's like more of a quiet time. It's like, turn it down, the TV, because I like to stay up and watch TV.
Yeah.
And no matter where it's not a huge house, so no matter where I go.
Isn't it funny how you think at our age that some things go away with age? Me in the past, you going to bed has been a thing. Even if you've been married for a while, I'm sure.
I hate going to bed.
There's a thing. I'm not a fan of going to bed when somebody else, right? Because there's a thing, I'm sure, when a married person, it's not husband or wife, are more of a night owl than the other person.
Yeah.
If the person goes to bed and you stay up. I remember in my past life, it was always what time do you come to bed? I don't know. Why don't you go to bed when because I'm not and you literally find yourself as an adult arguing about bedtimes.
That's so funny. Here's what I hate. I hate going to bed and I hate getting out of bed. Once I'm in there and I'm asleep and everything else, it's great. It's like, I don't like getting ready for bed. I don't like having to have a routine where you go into the bathroom, you got to brush your teeth and wash your hands, make sure you pee, take this medicine, put on this cream. Like, I don't have a routine, or I don't want a routine of going to bed. I simply just want to get tired and pass out. I want that to be the case, which is why they have sleeping pills. But
no thing with sleep pills though is maybe instead of taking like an Ambien or something that would knock you out immediately, it'd kind of be fun if they had a time released one, but you didn't know what time you were going to go to bed. Right? So like you could take it and you could be awake for 11 hours. Then it shuts you down immediately. So that thing you just said, the whole preparing for, you wouldn't know when it was coming. You would just hopefully you wouldn't be in a car driving.
That seems dangerous. Yeah, that seems dangerous. And did you say Amber Alert before this, or did you say Ambient Alert?
Ambient. Yeah, not Ambient. No. On sleeping pills, I don't steal children. No.
I do pig out. I've definitely ate a lot of stuff and not known that I've ate it. Just woke up with like candy wrappers everywhere.
So living while you find your pad, you're not.
No, we were talking about Christmas and stuff.
But I got to think. Do you and I'm looking. Hey everybody, Alan, if you want to throw up random people's comments, and I don't ever have to look at them, I just decided. So you watching being at your mom's house?
Yeah.
Do you watch? I guess it would be different because you really wouldn't be watching anything shady on TV.
Oh, look at this comment, John.
What?
Karen Ellis says sleep is for wimps. Healthy, alert, well-rested wimps. But wimps nonetheless. Okay.
Yeah, right. Do you have to censor yourself being at your mom's like even watching TV? Let's say you're just going through cable, right? You're not gonna watch porn and thing. But if you're whipping through your satellite and you hit HBO Max or Cinemax for Latino, like you're going to maybe come across accidental people wrestling. And if you had a thing where that was on and your mom has walked out and you had the...
Yeah, there'll be certain things that I know that we won't watch certain things together. And she knows that as well about me. She will, for me, sometimes just go, like, if she knows I'm going to want to watch something, she'll go ahead and turn it to a football game. And I know she doesn't really care about football.
Oh, that's nice.
But for me, she'll put it on. And I'll do that for her. But when we're sitting together watching television in two separate recliners, we can all agree on something with numbers in it, 48 hours, 60 minutes, 2020, okay. That kind of stuff. But when I'm not there, she's watching the Hallmark channel. And when she's not there, I'm watching HBO, crazy, weird documentaries that I know she doesn't care about, or like a Borat movie. I can't watch a Borat movie with my mom.
Yeah, I can't watch those anyway for some reason. That's the one kind of humor that I get too intense. If somebody is, making fun of somebody or tricking somebody, I don't know why that.
It's cringeworthy, but I don't. Yeah, you're like, I'm glad I'm not in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just made my girlfriend watch the most recent Borat film, and then we had to go watch Bruno after that. It was that night. I love that stuff, though. I'll be honest with you. I think it's great. Some people don't like it.
We were talking before we went on about so on Amazon Prime, I went through and I started watching some 80s movies. Just kind of they pop up if you Hallmark rocks. So I'm gonna be all over the place. It's swinging around to movies you shouldn't watch in front of your parents, and then we're gonna jump. I have a thing about Hallmark. I have so much to ask you about. So
yeah,
you can help steer the ship too if I get all over the place. Let's go back to watching TV at your mom's.
Yes,
I watched what popped up. Zapped.
Oh my gosh! Wait! Don't say anything else. With Charles in Charge. What was his name? Scott Baio. Scott Baio was in it. He had powers, and I remember the cover of this VHS of Zapped, where he was zapping up a girl's skirt.
Yes,
that's all I remember.
With the dude from 8 Is Enough.
Okay, he was in it.
So that popped up on my thing, and I hadn't seen Zapped, and I was like, I want to watch the beginning of this, right? Because I only know I met Scott Baio actually right after Last Comic at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
He came up to me and then, said, I watched you. You're going to be a sitcom star, blah, 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 blah. And then he kind of went really political. So that's my only, just online. So that's my only Scott Baio. So it popped up, but he was always super cool to me, right? People got political views and whatever.
Sure.
I saw him at the mall by where we used to live. And we started, he's like, hey, we got to go, girl. Like that was an old bit of mine from way back. So I turned on Zapped and I started watching it. There's a scene at the end. Man, maybe this is too crazy. There's a scene at the end where he literally uses his power, and they're all at prom to rip off people's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would if you had a power to use your telepathic thing to rip off women's clothes, you would get canceled pretty quick. That'd be like you'd probably get your social media accounts taken down, and that's probably something you shouldn't do with telepathic power.
If you let everyone know about it. Yeah.
But in the 80s, it was okay if you had the power just to have. And by the way, all the girls at prom in this movie all really garbed up for I don't know what type of underwear women wore at prom. I don't know. I wasn't lucky. I never saw any. Yeah. However, they were all dressed, and it was dirtier than I thought. There was a lot of thongage. There was a lot of men too. Some guys. But then because that came on, then all these other movies.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's the exact image that I remember.
Right?
He's zapping up a girl's skirt. Yeah.
Yeah. And it gets crazier because he's in it. I literally watched how you can just zap through. I probably watched the whole movie in maybe 5 minutes. Like I would just go and I would stop, and then he gets in a fight with a girl, and she won't go out with him. And then she's like, I'm out of here. And she gets on her bike and she goes, and then he freezes her. and wouldn't let her go.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, no, we're gonna go out. And then that's where I was like, yeah, this movie's really creepy. She wants to go. You can't use your powers to make her.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's exactly, as a kid at that age in the 80s, if you had that power, that was the fantasy that you would have used it for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, every 80s comedy sexual thing, Revenge of the Nerds, Porky's.
I watched that too. That popped up after the Zapped thing. So I go, I haven't watched Porky's in a minute.
I love Porky's, dude. Porky's was, but all of these are very rapey, Me Too-y. I mean, Revenge of the Nerds had a rape scene.
Yeah.
Technically, she didn't know she was having sex with the nerd. She thought she was having sex with Darth Vader / her boyfriend. And he knew that she knew it wasn't him. So that's rape, right?
Yeah. Oh, Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah,
so that's Revenge of the Nerds. But Porky's didn't have that. Porky's was a lot of very sexual. They had a scene in the bathroom where they're spying on girls in the bathroom.
Yeah. But
they didn't break into a place and do that. They just happened to know that
the weirdest thing of Porky's was Porky, the sheriff, had rebel flags.
Oh, did he? Oh, I got to go back and watch that.
He had Confederate flags on his hat and just, right here. And just now, it's always been a thing. I'm not saying it, but it just now looking at it through different eyes, looking back, not 12 or 13, whenever that movie comes back as an adult.
Sure. It's funny. It catches you off guard because things have changed so much that when you go back and look at it, you're like, oh, wow.
There were 3. How many? Well, I just said it. There was Porky's and then 2 more after that or 3 more.
Oh, yeah. There was at least 2 more. I know there was a Porky's 2, Porky's Revenge. There was a Porky's 3 as well, I believe. But Rick Sanford III just commented on something that I was going to bring up too. Kim Cattrall in the equipment room as Lassie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to. You saw her behind in that. Not that
I think you saw her boobs too.
Yeah, but those movies were so. By the way, this is second podcast we've talked about mainstream softcore.
Yeah.
By the way, we have to we're allowed to maybe talk about it one time, one more.
Well, let's go maybe 5 more minutes on it. We'll move on.
But yeah, you saw her, but I didn't even know.
Holy crap. Yeah. And then, okay. So Samantha says Pee-wee. Pee-wee was one of my favorite characters in that movie, or any movie really, because he was the guy that you rooted for. He kind of got picked on, but he could take it. Like, he took the picking on well. And he also kind of just enjoyed it. He was a lovable guy. He was trying to Pee-wee from Porky's, the one that was trying to lose his virginity in Porky's. He was the one that was just trying to get laid.
I watched when I was fast forwarding watching it. Here's the 3 scenes that I watched. The one when the dad was fighting the son, and he's in the kid wouldn't punch, right.
That was a weird part of that movie.
Well, I think they wanted to, and then the cop dad shows up and punches him.
Yeah.
There's that, and then I stopped at the Kim Cattrall part.
Yeah.
It just happened to stop. Wasn't looking for it. And then the part where I hope this isn't spoilers for anybody, when they just tie ropes and everything and pull it into the ground and they're racing to get back on the other state line.
Oh, right. Okay. But you missed the scene where Pee-wee had to run down the street naked, like they tricked him?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that one.
Oh, that's great. It's great. Porky's is a great movie. I'm looking at some other lines. Michael Jameson said the Klan was in the trilogy. Oh, that's right. The third, I forgot about that. The third Porky's had a lot to do with the Klan. Holy crap, I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah.
You think anyone's trying to remake, how they're redoing? Do you think anyone's walking into any meeting trying to just, I think we can, I think we can bring back the Porky's franchise?
That would be very hard. I don't think you could. I mean,
if you what you're saying your mom likes to watch, if you Hallmark movie it, what would be? Hold on. What would be? Wait, how can we? Hold on. Those of you listening, me and John, we don't do show prep. We just make up stuff. How would you, if we were to Hallmark? We're inventing something right now, so you're gonna hear me stammering a lot because that's what I do when I'm thinking. Is I go because I need a moment. What am I trying to say? Let's Hallmark movie old 80s. Let's Hallmark movie 80s movies.
Okay. So let me see if I'm right here. If you wanted to try to make
Can you hear this, John?
Yeah, I can hear it. Soft, sweet music.
All right. So basically, do you have a piece of paper by you?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have. I was trying to write and it probably exists online now. I get it, but I didn't want to see anyone else's stuff. There has to be a Mad Lib for Hallmark movies.
Okay.
Right? Hallmark movies are so template. We could make. By the way, side note, right? John Reep can follow me on this. Stores already have their Christmas stuff up.
Of course.
Are you okay with that?
Only in 2020 am I okay with this because that's what we did at home too. Me and my mom already have a Christmas tree up in the house.
I think I'm going to this week. I enjoy Christmas. There's albums that I play this time of year. It's been such a whole, tough year just for everybody and everything. I heard a Christmas song on the radio, maybe like my first accidental Christmas song, right? Not seeking out Christmas channel, just kind of like scanning. And it was that it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It was that song. And then I heard Last Christmas on the way in. Yep. So I'm in. I'm officially in for Christmas. And
you know what I think happens, John? Like it's a slow process, right? Like you don't hear old Christmas tree right on Halloween, but you will hear commercials on TV that have bells in it, like sleigh bells. You just hear the sleigh bells. And then like a week later, you're used to hearing the sleigh bells and it gets you in the Christmas mood. Before you know it, you're listening to
getting a new car with a red bow on it when they wake up in the morning. I hate those commercials. Hey, speaking of that, look at this. This is kind of a tie-in right here. Wrap presents badly. Friends will like me even more. Halloween behind us, John. It's time to get a head start on thinking about your Christmas gift shopping and whether to fork out fancy wrapping in a store. This is pre-COVID, I think, when this was written, because that's not happening this year. A study found efforts made not worth it as friends tend to like badly wrapped presents more than packages of perfection. Beautifully wrapped presents, researchers claim, create high expectations that the gift inside can struggle to live up to. That's my reading comprehension, which is horrible. Basically, what they're saying is the shittier the wrapping, the more people like the gift. And I gotta say, I am one of the worst wrappers in the history of the world. I actually know. I'd say my brother Dan.
Are you worse than Mario Van Peebles in the movie rapping? Just kidding.
Oh my God. You can never. My brother Dan. He'll buy a gift in whatever store you just buy it. Let's say you go to the store and you throw it in a plastic bag and check out yourself. You're gonna get the gift handed to you in the bag that the gift was put in.
Right.
Touch wrapping. Yeah. I take it to the next level where I fold almost. I'm one of the worst, and I love it. I don't understand the making them look perfect thing. Mine literally looks like it fell out of. I can't even say.
It looks good under a tree if it's wrapped perfectly. Like if you're making a display, of course. But I'm with you. If it's a weird bad wrapping. If it's a bad wrap job and I see that gift, it stands out more, right? You're like, okay, so this guy, whoever did this, is not used to buying gifts. So it's probably something good because if he's going to do it, you know what I mean? It's like it stands out. You're like, like, for example, if I'm going to give a gift or wrap a gift, and I don't normally do, I'm not really good at this. I hate wrapping gifts. I hate really just having to figure out what it is.
I'm bad at the math. I don't know how people put stuff down. They cut it, and then I don't know how you get where it fits perfectly. Well, I always do it, and it's half. It doesn't even fill the back, and then I got to get another piece and put it over. I wish there was a thing instead of wrapping gifts where you could dip the gift into like a
wax maybe,
and it sealed it, and you popped it, or you had to eat it down to it, or
Yeah, hang on, Danny Nealon. This is a comment that Alan just put up. Now I know this next lyric. I want to see if John Heffron knows it. Danny Nealon wrote, "Ho ho ho, open up your dough. I'm Santa
Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. I came to bring some Christmas spirit. I got a big bag now. Guess what's in it? Some for the rich, some for the poor, and Merry Christmas and ho, 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 Merry Christmas, my foot."
I'll tell you what, Santa really put under my so-called treated, but in reality, looked like nothing but a decorated pole to me. There you go. Gift bags, forget about wrapping. Shane Flint, that's a good point. Everyone my mom and I've done this, so it's just like, I'm just going to put it in a gift bag. I ain't going to wrap anything. Just put it in a bag.
And if you do give somebody stuff in a gift bag, make sure that little card that's attached to it doesn't say to somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to do that. Lauren Krupa says, my sister will tape the F out of the gift so bad that you need a razor to open it. My dad used to do that. When he would send, it's almost like a joke, right? Like you want to, as a kid, you want to tear into this present. I can't wait to see what's in here. But my dad would tape it up, like with duct, like really a lot of tape, so you could not just rip it open. You had to like get a scissor and a razor blade. It was a pain in the butt.
Here, let's do this, John. We were talking about this earlier.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
Elliot made a good point. Hard to believe that the director of Porky's also directed A Christmas Story.
What?
Now, I'm just now learning of this. And my favorite
statement?
My favorite, I'm assuming it is because Elliot's my intern. I'm assuming he's not lying to me. He better not be. But A Christmas Story is one of my favorite movies of all time, not just Christmas movies, any movie.
Who is that?
A Christmas Story.
Oh, one of yours, you said.
Yeah.
I met those guys. I was doing a TV thing, promoting a date, and the whole cast came in. You know, they were doing a theater thing where you could ask them questions. You got to hang out with everybody. And the Mikey, the kid, Matt. Meat Wolf, Beef Wolf, the little brother who's in the
Ralphie, not Ralphie, but the kid. Yeah,
no, the brother.
Yeah.
He came up to me. He's like, "Dude, you're hilarious," and he said one of my bits back to me, which And then Scott Fargus in real life he's not an ass. It's not Scott Fargus.
That's me, Farkas.
Yeah.
I don't have yellow eyes. Yeah, I know. Farkas, I've always been called Farkas. I actually went to the house that they shot the exteriors of that film is in right outside of Cleveland. And when I was in Cleveland, I went there one time to visit by myself. That's how much of a fan. I didn't have anybody to go with. I went there by myself, took the tour, and it snowed that day. And it was awesome, and I wish that someone was there with me.
All right, so
Ray Lou just put that up there. Yeah.
All right, we're good with things for people popping on for a second. So here, let's do this.
I'm listening.
I don't have the breakdown of. I'm going to do some Hallmark movies.
All right, what do you want to do? You want to make up Hallmark movies? You want to make 80s movies into Hallmark movies, like a Porky's?
I had, and I'm not going to look it up now. I saved us all the Hallmark movies that are coming out this winter.
Oh.
There's like 70 of them, but they're all kind of the same. If you watch, they're all. And here's the template. So just give me. Let me try to. I was trying to do this. Give me a. Just give me a profession.
A profession, architect.
Okay, architect. Give me a what would be? I'm horrible at English. What would be an adjective before the architect? Like overweight, like sleepy, recently single. Like what would you use to describe that? What is that? An adjective?
Does it have to? Yes. I think adjective is right. Maybe Alan could tell us.
Yeah. Wait. How would you describe somebody? So if somebody was,
that's an adjective.
That's an adjective.
It's got to be right. It's not an adverb, is it?
Anybody can help. Like, how would you describe? So if I go, recently moved John Reep. That recently moved part. What part is that? What does that mean?
In the sentence, you're saying in the sentence, recently moved John Reep. You want to know what the recently moved part of the sentence is called?
Yes. If I was just to ask, to have you give me one of those or describe a feat like
that's. I think I'm like 80% sure that's called the adjective. Don Mayberry wants to. Oh yeah, go ahead, John. You're in the middle of something. I don't want to stop you.
Nobody can throw me off right now. So okay, so give me an adjective then.
How about this? Brony.
Okay. Adjective. Okay. Return. What do they come home for?
Because family business went under.
Okay. Save family. My music ran out. Okay. Save family business. All right. And then type of person.
A type of person?
I don't know how to make a Mad Lib. I don't know anything about the English language.
Did you?
I just need one other. We got to describe one other person, and I don't know how to use that as a thing.
Type of person. How about
Give me an occupation.
Like
make them
different.
Give me another occupation.
Oh man, I want to think of something funny.
Nope. Just say first thing you're in head.
Fireman.
Okay. This is all right. So. Now, how would I? So we have a brawny architect returns home to save his family business, only to meet the fireman of his dreams.
Okay.
And then you have to name it.
That movie's called.
See, that's what I was trying to do, but the English language messed up that whole bit because I was trying to template. Moved is a verb. See how people. And nobody's helping me. You know where I was. You know the trouble I was in. And I just needed to know. So somebody, please write. I need a Hallmark movie template. So it's usually an occupation, right?
I'm curious about something. Are you looking at an actual Mad Lib template?
No, I'm trying to.
I'm wondering if it's an actual real Mad Lib that you're looking at. Because
I'm trying to create one.
Gotcha. And I'm not. I've never really done Mad Libs my whole life, but I know that was. I don't want to.
Not overly fun.
I don't want to make you mad or anything, but it seemed like a lot of girls did that. Brenda Sachs, usually an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Moved is a verb, says Kathy Boss. I know what moved is. So let me say. So what you just wrote down, brawny architect moves back home to save the family business, only to fall in love with the fireman.
And magically falls in love with the fireman.
So what's the name of that movie? That movie is called
Burning Buildings.
Burning Down the Hot Stuff. Oh, wait.
Burning Yuletide Log.
Okay.
I couldn't two guys. You got to throw like Yuletide Log in there.
Yeah. I like that one. Okay, good. That's one.
Okay. Well, let's find the synopsis of Porky's. How would you describe that? Give me the.
Oh, I see what you're. Okay, so look, John, I'm gonna look up Porky's, and I'm gonna give you the description for Porky's.
Okay.
And then we'll change.
We're gonna turn it into a Hallmark movie.
Turn that into a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's Porky's. What is this? Hallmark Porky's Christmas. Come early for Pee-wee, the angel.
You can't. A Hallmark movie, Rick. You have to draw it out longer than that. You You can't go for the quick kill. Give me notes now. How to write this bit.
Right. All right, hang on.
Okay.
It's 1981. It's 1981.
Okay, so just read it to me.
Shit. Hang on. Well, that's not what it. Okay, well, this is way too long. I went to Wikipedia and it's like 8 paragraphs. I can't read that one. I got to go to IMDb.
Okay.
Right. John, I love how much show prep we do. But thank God the music's playing because I feel like it's relaxing me a little bit.
By the way, while you're doing that, Wednesday, it's Veterans Day. I wrote this down. Many people actually confuse Veterans Day with Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a day of remembering and honoring military personnel who died in the service of their country, which should be a day. Veterans Day, though, is largely intended to thank living veterans for their service, to acknowledge that all who have served and have sacrificed done their duty. So
there you go.
If you're listening to this if you're a veteran and you're listening to this, any day is Veterans Day, but happy
right. Respect.
So
here you go. I got this. In 1954, a group of Florida high school guys try to help their buddy lose his virginity, which leads them to seek revenge on a sleazy nightclub owner and his redneck sheriff brother for harassing them. Now, how do we make that into a Hallmark movie? Okay.
On Hallmark, Florida guys return home only to how would you?
Well, instead of trying to lose virginity, we got to change virginity.
Return.
No, we could use the virginity to say something about the Virgin Mary, because could be Christmassy. Virgin Mary.
Florida guys return home to help one man find his manhood,
which seeks
fall in love. It's Porky. This is harder.
This is hard.
Not ramped up.
In 1954, a group of high school guys try to help their buddy build a nativity scene, which leads them to seek revenge on a sleazy. Oh gosh, this is going to sound sacrilegious. I can't do this, John.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. This bit was harder than I thought it was. I thought it'd be easy just to make.
I know, but I'm so worried. My mom's watching. I don't want to say anything sacrilegious. Yuletide Firestorm, says Brenda Sachs. That's a good one. We should make other people do the funny stuff. Oh, wait. Rick Sanford's got one. Here you go. Hallmark Porkies.
Do I need music for this? Because I don't have upbeat music. I think that was problem. The problem with the bit is I went instrumental.
A group of high school boys bent on losing their. Okay.
Always have music. Hold on. Always have music. Always have.
Well, I'll just sit here in silence then.
Deck the halls. There we go.
A group of high school boys bent on losing their virginity before Christmas stumble upon Porky's, whose establishment is losing business due to COVID. Help him find another kind of love, not between the sheets, but spreading joy in the sheets. Well, that's okay. Look, no one's good at this game.
It's harder than you thought, but right?
Yeah.
A
down and out comic must save the local comedy store by Christmas, and with the help of an old flame who owns a berry farm, they plan an all-star show. But will the upcoming snowstorm stop them?
Yes, Samantha. Now you're kind of getting in there. That's what happens.
Rick is angry because he meant to type streets and not sheets twice. Yeah, that's what threw me off, Ricky. The fact that you said sheets twice, I was like, well, that can't work. It's redundant. But then he meant to say streets. Oh,
yeah, like this.
Damn you, autocorrect. I know, Rick. I feel your pain.
This big city real estate developer clicks on the wrong Zoom link meeting, and when he finds he finds the love of his life with bad internet. Okay, I'm out.
With Lassie.
don't know.
Right.
All
right.
So, let's subject change.
Oh, I'm going to be in Charleston, South Carolina.
Subject change. Heffron and Reep. Shameless plugs.
You doing what? Say it
I
again.
will be in Charleston, South Carolina, November the 20th at the Charleston Music Hall doing stand-up comedy. Come see me perform stand-up comedy. November 20th.
All right. This weekend, I'm at the Comedy Castle in Michigan.
Nice.
Little nervous about that, more so than normal, because I've been performing here for 30 some years, and it's people who've come to see me for at least that. And I always feel like my hands tied a little when I'm in Michigan, because when you go off to a different city and you get lost, especially now when you perform once every 4 months.
Yeah.
You can kind of always kick back in old material.
Yep.
It's kind of like a go-to. You're like, I'm so lost. Here's this bit. But I feel in Michigan that I have no well of, you can't do anything old. I'm going to, by the way, if you're coming this weekend.
Right.
But it's kind of weird, and I always get in my head a little bit, and I don't.
Yeah, no, I same here, Dan.
Yeah, when you perform in Hickory, like I love performing in Michigan. I love seeing it's when a lot of like old friends show up, even though this weekend I can't say hey or hang out in the hall because I don't know what the rules are. I don't want the governor showing up. So I actively now say thanks for coming and do this because I can't do it at the show. But it's weird. Do you like performing in your hometown? It's convenient. But it's harder, right? It's a little bit of a thing.
I don't like performing.
Not like it. So people think, but I feel more stressed and I don't have. I've had people come up to me afterwards, and this isn't crapping on them, but I've had them say, "Your new stuff is funny. I like your old stuff better."
Ugh.
So I've had people like friends or people say that to me, and that somehow hits my gut. Like that. It's weird. You get people can say whatever they want to me, and usually it doesn't throw. But it's stuff like that where I just lay in bed going, could you have just walked away? Not, in an opinion, is also an option.
Yeah, it's like performing in your. It's like when you say you can't. You're not supposed to shit where you sleep, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
Not supposed to.
What's it called?
Not when you sleep. You can poop in your sleep, but you're not supposed to poop at work with other people because you got to go there. So you can't.
Right. So whatever that
people at work is what the thing is.
Okay. Well, I feel that applies to doing stand-up comedy in your own hometown, because if I do bad in another city I don't live in, I can go home and live amongst my friends and know that everything's going to be okay. Oh, yeah. Shane Flint says, you don't want to shit where you eat.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what we were trying to say.
Yeah, so, you don't want to fish off the company pier, if you know what I'm talking about.
I feel that same sort of logic applies to doing stand-up comedy in your hometown. Because if I do bad in my own hometown and a bunch of people see me, I got to walk around feeling bad about that every time I go out in my own hometown. If I do bad in another city, I could at least go, well, I don't live there. But there's a little bit of that going on performing. And again, these are like, you're walking around these people all the time, and it means more what they think, unfortunately, because it stresses you out because it means more.
Well, especially if it's people you've known forever. Like I have friends that will probably come up. Well, who knows with COVID? But if COVID wasn't going on this week at the Comedy Castle, it was literally almost be so many mini reunions. Like people I used to hang out with 15, 20 years ago. That group, high school people from college, people haven't seen in 15, 20 years. They show it's like a fun thing, but they kind of, if the show isn't good, you feel worse. You know that they'll be like, yeah, he's still doing this. He's 50. He's like, it's a weird, like you didn't. Yeah. No, it's a a little,
and then of course not having the repetitions is always more stressful. So there's
especially now.
Yeah.
Normally you'd be up performing.
How far is the Comedy Castle from where you live?
Hour-ish, maybe.
That's not too bad. So at least it's an hour away,
Yeah.
Have you now? Where do you? Are you allowed to say where you live now? Right now,
The Ann Arbor-ish area.
Ann Arbor-ish.
Yeah.
There's a club in Ann Arbor too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully they'll. But Michigan's still being weird about. But of course, here's the thing: COVID's still going on. There's a lot of people getting it.
Oh yeah, cases are going up.
Yeah. So, but there is a club, the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. But it's a numbers thing. Mark Ridley's is a bigger place, so their percentages they're allowed to have, where the Ann Arbor Club is smaller. So, do you open the door for 20 people or 30 people that you can? That's what's so weird about this. So this weekend at the Comcast, it's gonna be a lot of me staring at you and you staring back at me, but it'll be fun. I'm excited.
You're not doing any kind of meet and greet. Do you wear a mask when you go in, a mask when you come out?
I'll wear a mask when I go in. I'll hang out in the back and I'll perform, and then I'll hang out in the back after the shows.
Yeah.
I just think that's not the best way to do it, and I know some people are braver, but I don't know. I think that's what I'm doing this time.
Have you ever? This random question, John. Here. Come back to Arizona soon, John. Happy holidays. 1 says Dawn Marbury. John.
High school with her.
John Meyer. How do you say her last name? We love you, funny or not, John, says Sean. Look at this. You're getting a lot of love, buddy.
These are two old high school. I don't want to say old high school friends because that's not offend Sean.
Your friend Sean looks just like my buddy Mike Hauser. I just saw his profile picture. That's the same human being that was a roommate with in college. I swear, they look exactly the same. And his nickname was Booger. Sorry, Sean. Sean Rotary. You look like my friend Mike Hauser. Go look up his picture. I'm telling you. I don't know if you could do it real quick, Alan, but if you put up Sean's picture next to my old pal Mike Hauser, I'm telling you, it's a carbon copy. And I know Alan's laughing his head off right now because he agrees with me.
If you saw high school friends that you wouldn't that you haven't seen, can you still remember cars they drove in high school? There's guys.
Yeah, some people
pop up that I'm not friends with, but you just haven't communicated with in 2030. And when they pop up, I'm like, oh, that dude drove this, or that girl had this car, or that even if they weren't,
Yeah. Oh, look. Now, if you can find one with Mike with the hat off, because they're both bald.
My friend John beat up your friend Mike.
Oh, I'm sure of it. 100%. My friend Mike doesn't fight ever. I don't think he's ever been in a fight. That he's won anyway.
So, how often? Hickory. I know what I want to talk to you about.
There you go. Now look at that. Tell me that my friend Mike and your friend Sean are not the same human being.
I wonder if you could do. What if you swap them? Nah,
That's too much work for Alan, but maybe in a future episode if someone could do that. And Sean, I want to tell you I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm trying to pull up a thing.
Oh, Sean said he'd hang out with him. Yeah.
Up next on this Hallmark movie, one guy's from a small town in Michigan. The other guy is from a small town in North Carolina.
And they both look like
wrong homes, only to find that they've fallen in love with each other's wives. Up next, Hallmark. It's wife. I'm trying to think of a funny name for Christmas.
Two thumbs.
It's the Secret Santa. Up next.
This is them right here.
Yeah. Up next. Two husbands returned home dressed as Santa to the wrong houses. Their wives. Secret Santa. Blah, blah, blah. I was trying to do something dirty. Man, my brain is not firing today. There's some jokes that were just right there. I'm taking
Which one is that?
Which one?
Is that Sean or Mike? Can you?
I don't know what you're showing me right there. You probably were going to get flagged on Facebook.
That's my thumb. I just put a face on it. They both kind of have. I love you guys, man. Take it easy. I'm just having fun.
Hickory, I watched the Voice, or the what's the one where they flip around on the chair? The Voice.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's a new one. There's
a new one that's too confusing. You have to stop, Fox. It's too five of these singers. One of them can't really sing, and the other one is there's too many and then.
Right. It's like, I can smell what you had for dinner.
Yeah, which singer has candy corn in their pockets? Like it's too much. It's too. You're just trying too hard. But The Voice had a guy who's from Hickory.
Oh, recently?
Yeah. He was on. He got his chair turned to some big dudes, like 6'5".
Congratulations!
And then I was kind of hoping that he would win it. I don't know if he's a good enough singer. I don't ever watch those shows. Those shows to me seem like 9 minutes of commercials and 30 seconds of singing.
Yeah, I don't watch them either. And I used to watch American Idol first couple of seasons, and I just stopped doing it. But yeah, no, I'm proud of whoever that is. Go Hickory guy. I love Hickory, man. I live here now. I'm born and raised here, and then I moved away for a long time. Just came back a couple years ago. And I might have an announcement for you, John Heffron. I might have to tell you something.
He was a big. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
He was a big city comedian. He returns home to hang out with his mom, and magically falls back in love with the city he was so looking forward to getting out of. This Hallmark. See, Return to Hickory.
Ooh, Return to Hickory.
Return to Hickory.
I like it.
Hickory and Spiced.
I love it.
Sorry.
Jessica says that could be a good Santa swap if you took your buddy Sean and my buddy Mike Santa swap. Hang on.
See if the wives know what lap they're on.
There you go.
You can turn this. Yeah.
At
a Fox show, guess what lap you're on? And it's just like
right.
It's just Santa sitting, and then somebody, you got to guess whose lap it is.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a bunch of wives get blindfolded, and there's a bunch of other dudes' husbands dressed up as Santas with the big beards on, so you don't know exactly whose lap you're on, which Santa is your husband. But I could tell you if it was Mike, you would know.
Hallmark coming home for Christmas. All right. Okay.
I think. Hickory to Hollywood, there and back again. Yeah. I've written that sitcom. I've tried to sell it many times.
Coming back home. Yeah, it's always the thing.
Yeah.
Or somebody always buys a bar. I mean, we have friends that have, but everybody at a certain age in Los Angeles has and then him and his friends buy a bar.
Oh, Jessica has a good idea. Santa musical chairs. So all the Santas are the chairs, and the lady has to walk around, with the music.
I can name 4 sites that this probably already exists.
Right.
What's do we need announcement music? What was your thing? I can get it off of.
No. Well, I'll just go out and say it, John. It kind of came up randomly, and I think I might do it. It's with all the.
Go ahed.
Yeah, with
I have nothing for you.
That's fine. I could just keep talking.
Okay, that's another thing.
With the big election that's just happened. There
was an election.
Oh yeah. The soil and water conservation supervisor. It's still up in the air, and we don't know who the dog catcher is either. That's undecided.
What city?
I'm just kidding. It was a landslide here in Hickory. Dave Caldwell won easily, but
dog catcher?
No. Soil and water conservation supervisor. Dog catcher. I don't think that's a real thing anymore. Not in Hickory, although I think it is in some places. I think you can still vote for dog catcher. Like I think it's a political. I think it's an office or a elected.
I wouldn't want that job.
I wouldn't either.
It just seems like because you got to run around with a net.
The net.
I'm only going by cartoons. I know that's not how they catch dogs.
Right. No, but I think this is my announcement, John.
Okay.
All this has gotten in my blood, and I feel like I want to be the mayor of Hickory, North Carolina. I'm running for mayor of North Carolina, of Hickory.
Are you okay? A couple things. Are you for real? When is that thing? Is that something that's like 4 years away?
No.
What?
John Reep for mayor of Hickory. I will be. I think it's next year, 2021. It's an off.
What?
Yeah, it's an off year. So what that means is, it's not on the ballot when there's a presidential race. There's no other like big race going on. It's its own little weird off year. And so no one really votes. And I think if I were to run in an off year and tell people, hey, just go vote for me for mayor, I think I could win, because I don't think the last one won by that many. I think it's like 3,000. He got like maybe 2,000. Maybe the Alan Jackson could chime in here a little bit. I think the last mayor only won by like 2,000 votes, and there's 40-some thousand people that could vote in the city of Hickory. And if I were to run for mayor, I think I could get that many votes, especially in an off year. So I'm wondering, I think I could win.
All right,
I think it'll be a cool thing to say that I'm the mayor.
Well, you'd have to do work though. You'd have to improve the lives of those in Hickory. I have a friend who ran for mayor of Tampa. One of my really good friends, Topher Morrison. Maybe one of the best, not speech writers, but like I don't know his You need to talk to him, and I'm going to have him on with us. And
okay, what's his name?
His name's Topher Morrison. He ran for mayor of Tampa. But he's just one of the greatest speakers. Like he's just an all around awesome dude. But in his case, in Tampa, was the money guys, win automatically. So when you see a guy like my buddy Topher, who's just hasn't touched alcohol, one of just the cleanest living guys ever, literally cares about transportation and all this stuff. You go, okay, that's it. And then you see like who win. But Hickory, I don't know what's going on in Hickory. Might have a chance. And what if I run for mayor in my hometown that I grew up in?
Which one? What's your hometown?
South Lyon, Michigan.
South Lyon. You should run. Let's both run for mayor.
Both run for mayor
of our current towns.
And then we'll build catapults and we'll shoot watermelons at each other for fun.
Definitely, that goes without saying. Or what I was going to say is, what if we're the only two comedians who've won Last Comic Standing, then went on to win mayor of their towns that they grew up in?
We could be sister cities. Does Hickory have a sister city?
We do, and I don't have that knowledge in front of me.
I'm trying to be more present and not look at my phone.
Yeah,
I have Alan.
I'm dying to get some feedback from the Alan Jackson, because I feel like he could weigh in a little bit on the.
Did he quit
the mayor stuff?
No. I'm here. I've been trying to send you private chat messages.
Oh crap!
I haven't chat about that button. We're sorry.
Whatever.
Oh my God! There's like 3 of them in here.
Jeez.
All right.
If we could adjective, you mean like an hour, half hour ago, we could have had that figured out. There are 3 official Porky's movies. Porky's 2 the next day, Porky's Revenge, and there was a Pimpin' Pee-wee movie in 2009. And then at 8:31, we're being very transparent. Alan Jackson said adjective when I was having a hard time making the Mad Lib. And then he said that there was about 6,000 total votes. In the last election, the winner won by just 200 votes. Dude, 200 votes. Hickory's sister city is, what is that?
Altenburg County, Germany. It's
do you know anyone over there? Like, if you're the sister city, here's what you do. Okay.
I don't know anybody there.
Alan, I know. Can you see if South Lyon, Michigan has a sister thing? You need to find somebody, John, in Altenburg, however you say that, Germany. and you should introduce yourself. Like you already should
Yeah.
start making connections around the world to show how you, as the mayor of Hickory,
Yeah.
not only thinking locally, but you're also thinking globally. Maybe
Right.
you can create a tourism thing between that city in Germany and Hickory.
Okay.
And that would be a Hallmark movie where this recently single German flies to Hickory to meet with the new mayor, only to find out that she falls in love with his brother on long distance Guten Hickory. See, sorry, I tried.
What city did you want me to look up?
South Lyon, Southlyon, Michigan.
Okay.
I think I was laughing at me and Alan's patience on that. Both of us were just like,
I was trying to piece together a whole Christmas movie.
All right, hold on.
yeah.
All right, are you gonna?
Also, there's a WWE wrestler is the mayor of Knox County in Tennessee. I mean, it's not ridiculous to think that I could be mayor.
You know who he is? He was a comic, road guy, super funny comedian.
Who?
Drew Hastings.
Oh, yeah.
He was mayor. He bought a farm and it was a mayor of his town. I don't know if he still is, but for a pretty long time, I would see him posting on,
Wow.
You know what though? Here's also let me tell you this. They do I'm drawing a blank where they're going to do op-ed research. That'll happen.
I don't know what I shook my head yes, but I don't know what you mean.
So they'll do research on things you've said or tweets you've done in the past.
Oh, that's fine.
And being a comedian, that
totally.
There's something.
Oh,
that
I'll go. Yeah, sorry. I'll say. Well, then don't vote for me.
Okay.
John, I'm not going to spend money on this. If I win, great. If I lose, so be it. May the best man win. And I'm not going to apologize for anything that I've said in the past because I'm a comedian and we don't.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. And by the way, I like the current mayor. He's a good guy. But the mayor doesn't have a whole lot of duties, John. It's more of a figurehead position.
How big is Hickory? I don't think I've ever.
I don't know, Alan. What 40,000, 50,000 people in the city of Hickory? I could be wrong. Let me check my private chat.
I know, right? I got to go private chat for everything.
40,000 says Alan. 40,000 in Hickory. Can't find sister city for South Lyon, Michigan, so we're not sure.
It'd be great to have like a guy like Alan or anybody, not just guy or female, to help you. Like if you're having a text argument with somebody you're seeing and somebody says you said something and you're like, I did not. Alan, can you pull up what I said?
Well, it's almost like Alexa, right?
All right. Boom, boom, boom.
So I think I got a good shot. There are some things that I would, here's the one thing I don't like about the current Hickory, North Carolina. Downtown, all of our streets are numbers. They're not names. So what I'm trying to tell you is there's a first street, there's a first avenue, there's a first court, there's a first lane. There's too many numbers. So it's confusing. Like, where do you live? I live on 1st, 2nd Street, Northeast, 3rd Avenue, Court.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's all numbers. And if we had names, it would make that, I think, more or less confusing. So I would run on the platform of we're gonna put some names out there, and we're gonna auction off street names. You got a lot of money? Give it to the city. You could own a street. Let's raise some cash for the city.
Or you can only name the streets after 80s movie characters. Like if you just straight up just go, listen, I'm naming all the streets off of Top Gun. So where you're gonna go is you're gonna go down Maverick, and then when you come to Goose, you can make a left, and then you're gonna turn right on Iceman, and it's right there.
Right.
Would you need? I wouldn't even need to write that down.
Right. That's good. You remember that better than numbers.
Yeah, you're gonna go down Mr. T, and when you get to Mr. T, you're gonna come to $6 Million Man. You're gonna make a left, and
right next to the Greatest American Hero Avenue.
Yeah, then you're gonna make another right, and then you swing back around.
Right next to Zapped
house. Yeah,
Zapp Street. Alan just put up. Well, Goose is a dead end. Brian Shepard, that's a good one. That's funny. But no, Alan said Heffron and Reep Avenue would be a good street, right? Heffron and Reep Avenue. I would
be all over the place though. If you figure if you're going down Heffron and Reep, there'll be a lot of stops.
Heffron and Reep Boulevard. Yeah, there would be a lot of stop signs. A lot of stop lights that can't make up their mind. You know.
Yeah. What were we saying? What were you? We needed like a roundabout. We need like a Heffron and Reep roundabout, kind of where there's a lot of exits. I think that would fit.
Yeah, it would be a roundabout that you would go into, but you would never leave.
Never. And you couldn't see the road, and you just would keep going in circles.
Justin Hinsey, I think the city manager's job is to change the street names. Could be wrong. Well, as mayor, I would make sure that one of the city managers got on that.
Yeah. See?
I would surround myself with the right people. And I'm sure that's already happening. Hank is a good guy. Yeah. That's our current mayor. Great guy. Do you know who your mayor is in South Lyon, Michigan?
No. I know they had a hard time or not. I remember seeing that they're trying to fill it. Yeah. I don't even know if what I would do with mayor. I try to think of fun stuff. If you think about I probably put whatever the world's largest thermometer is, right out in Nevada, when you're driving to Vegas, how you see that. I would make a world's largest thermometer, but I'd make it 2 inches taller than that one. And then as mayor of South Lyon, I would call up that city and go, you guys got to take that signage down because it's not true. We're actually the largest. And any city that has the world's largest blank ball of twine, I would make everything 1 inch bigger.
Got it. Population of South Lyon is 11,327 people, and your mayor is a guy named Daniel L. Pelchat. Or Pelchat. I don't know how he pronounces it, but it's Pelchat.
Sure, Daniel's a great guy. There's only how many people I grew up?
11,000.
Yeah, dude, and that's 2020. I think when I went to high school there, you probably cut that in half. I bet I don't know there's no way there was 11,000 people when I grew up there.
So what we're learning right now is Hickory is bigger than South Lyon, Michigan.
Probably by a way lot.
Well, yeah, as of now, ours is 40,000 Hickory, and you got 11,000 in South Lyon. So yeah, I'm the city mouse. You're the country mouse,
right?
You're the one in a barn with a tractor.
Right.
I'm in a studio. Although you have good upload speed in the barn.
I do.
I'll give you that.
It's pretty high.
I'll give you that. You want to know something that happened on this day in history?
Sure.
Since we're like 80s themed, can you guess what happened on this day, November the 9th, as we're speaking? 1989.
1989, November 89.
1989, November the 9th. Something kind of big happened. It happened in a place where there is a sister city to Hickory.
David Hasselhoff. Am I close?
Keep going.
David Hasselhoff. What is David Knight Rider? Sings a song on the fall.
Yes.
What?
Are you kidding me?
No, I used my brain. I took info.
Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't. That's not a. I didn't tell him that beforehand. Yeah. In 1989, East Germany opens the Berlin Wall. And I believe that's when David Hasselhoff jumped up there and started singing.
One morning in but freedom I have none. I've been looking for freedom. I've been looking so long.
Woo! That's it, John. I can't believe you got that.
Wow. If we were playing some bar trivia with each other, so we totally would have won the Wild Wings.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some appetizers for sure, man. How about that jacket? How about Hasselhoff on that jacket and that scarf he had on? And the video back then wasn't that good either.
I think there's a scene in
Did you
that.
see how grainy the video was back in 1989? Rick Heffron said he stole that song. I don't doubt that one bit.
He almost gets in that video. Yeah, I've seen it before. He almost gets shot with a bottle rocket.
Really?
Yeah. There's one that comes right by his head during it. Only because I've seen people show that one.
That had to be an accident, right? Do you think someone was trying to take him out with a bottle rocket?
I think everyone's partying so much that I would shoot at some random guy's jacket that was blinking. If you're out there celebrating, the walls came down.
Yeah, it's just a bottle rocket. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Dude, so next week, what's next week?
Next week will be November.
I get a lot of dental work done next week, and guess what? How I'm celebrating. I'm going out in style.
Oh, dude! So you're gonna sweet tooth it up before you get it taken out?
If my baby tooth is going, a tooth that's been with me for 50 years, it's going out by eating some caramel. Caramel cream.
Dude, I forgot how good those.
And this today.
You did what? I was talking what?
I went to the hardware store and I bought paint because I've decided to paint in a bathroom, and I have no skill. I have no doing anything skill, and I'm about halfway through. And now, is there an app just called like I'm out, I'm done, I don't feel like finishing this project? Like an app where people come and finish it for you, even though you started it.
Oh, that would be good.
Maybe the half-ass app or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm out. Like I have so much more to do, and I don't even know if I enjoy painting.
Yeah.
Cutting it like by the trim, it's a pain in the ass. Every time I look at the wall, I see where I missed. But anyway, I went to the store and I found these, and I will eat these. And if I don't have diabetes yet, this will get me closer. So
are you saying next week that baby tooth will be out?
I think so. I think next week I have, maybe not by the next podcast, but by the one after.
Wow. Oh yeah. Shane said the Rob You Blind app.
Shane, I would be willing, because I started painting. I found this cool color, took it into a paint store. They matched it. And then I'm doing that half wall is super white. And then the rest is a different color with trim in the middle. And it's just, and I got a little roller and I'm there and it's a thing. And I didn't even take the towel, racks off. Yeah. I know you're supposed to. Like some people, they take everything off and they paint. I just put tape around it. And I'm that guy. So then when whoever removes the towel thing is going to see.
Right.
I took down the mirror and somebody wrote writing when the wall was painted. So somebody did it 2 years ago. Somebody did it before that in the 80s. It said wall painted 1988 or something. And then keep the tradition alive and paint over it. But it's a pain. I don't know if I enjoy it. I'd rather just watch TV. I thought it would be good. I'm like, I'm painting now. I'm doing stuff around the house. I don't enjoy it.
I hate it. I helped my brother paint not long ago, and I hated it. And the hard part, painting's not the hard part. It's putting up the stupid tape.
Yeah, the taping out the stuff. It's a whole thing. So anyway,
yeah. All right. So enjoy your caramels and your baby tooth. Kiss it goodbye. Probably the half-ass app. I was going to say the finishers or the closing boys. Because you started it, you don't want to finish it. Maybe we call it the finishers. The finishing touch app. Finishing touchers. All right.
That seems like there's already that app could have other purposes.
Yeah.
Patreon, will you tell people how to get to us, all that type of stuff?
Oh yeah, if you go to heffronandreep.com, You'll see old episodes. You'll see current episodes. Lots of information on us. You'll see a button called Patreon or support. Click on, Patreon. Go help us out. Give us $1 or $5 or 10 or 15 or 20. It's the holidays. Give us an early Christmas present and be a Patreon supporter. Okay?
Do you want me to get a hold of my buddy who can kind of start you in the prepping for running for mayor?
Yes.
I think you have to start now. 2000.
I do, and I'm yeah. Okay. Yes, please. Check out John Heffron's special, Middle Class Funny, on Amazon Prime. We're both on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, they took, so you shoot specials and then they keep selling those specials to other companies, and then those specials end up on different TV thingies. And my old special is on Amazon Prime. A lot of people are loving it though. I look at it and think of, why would I wear those jeans? I wore very dated jeans. There's a couple things I would have done different, but I look like a younger man, and it's fun.
That's so funny you say that. As a comedian, I'm the same way. I'm looking at my ginger beard man. I didn't like it. When I did it, I walked away going, ugh, because of my hair. I was trying to slick it back for a minute, and then they did that. And then when you do specials, there's hair and makeup people, and they feel like they're going to do something. And so they put stuff in my hair, and about halfway through it, it's all poofy. It looks ridiculous. But then I go, well, that's funny looking. I
did mine in my special that's on Amazon Prime. They had a fuzzy black towel that was on the stool in case I started sweating, and of course you start sweating, and I dabbed it, but it had so much lint that I have lint on my forehead. And as I was doing a bit, the makeup person mid-bit walks out on stage.
Ugh.
And stops because the camera, just everybody in the control room were like, he's got crap all over his face. He's got
Well, that's a tough decision that they had to make, but they had to do that.
And I didn't know. So I'm talking and I'm doing whatever, and I see the audience. I just see them laughing less and less. I'm like, there's something up. And then I turned, and you're just kind of used to not having people on stage with you.
Yeah.
When you turn and somebody's standing directly behind you, and she's got that little brushy thing, my heart jumped. Like, it was the scariest thing ever. And she wiped it off, and then she just walked away. And then I had to
dude.
And then the director goes, John, pick up at, and then you had to look at the crowd and just go right back into, I think I said something.
Yeah.
Something dumb. But yeah. So that's what I think about when I see that special.
Okay. Well, also another one I did that's not out anywhere. You know, when you win. Okay, so when you win Last Comic Standing, there's different things that come with it. One of them was, for me, my season. It was probably different every season, but my season was you get a special on Bravo. I'm like, okay, great. That's totally my audience.
Right.
And so, fine, I do a special, and I'm wearing this shirt. This is the dumbest shirt I ever owned, but at the time I thought it was cool looking. And I got really hot, and I was sweating really bad about 15 minutes into this special. Anyway, it's bleeding through the shirt. They stop rolling. They go, John, it's so obvious that you're sweating a lot. We have to stop. And They took a hairdryer, and I had to go backstage, and they dried me off with a hairdryer, and the audience is still sitting out there. And I'm like, and I'm trying to be funny backstage with the mic. It was horrible. But I'm glad that they stopped me. But that one never showed up anywhere except for Bravo one time. Which is fine because I didn't like it either. And they put makeup on me. They put makeup people. I think they hate gingers because this is what I look like. Deal with it, right? Now on TV they go like, well, your eyes don't pop, and it looks like you don't have eyebrows or eyelashes, so we'll just put a little thing, just a little bit, and then I look like a goth redneck, you know, and so it looks weird. But anyway,
anywho,
sorry, we tried to end it and that happened.
It's okay. Were you able to do that? You didn't lose that material though, right? You were able to.
Oh no, I have it. It's just not out there.
I shot a special, maybe 3 years ago. That this is when everybody was getting Netflix show, or when Netflix was buying a lot of specials.
Okay.
So I shoot one, 4 or 5 cameras, the things. We spent a lot of money on it, and Netflix said no to it without even looking at it. Like, you know how like you can send them the link, and then whatever they use to upload, you can see if somebody clicked on it to click, and they said no without even clicking on the link. Because this is not right when, it was kind of when Netflix kind of switched to only doing specials with the Arena Rock guys.
Yeah.
Just like the if you're Netflix, you're not going to put a special and have 300 people watch it. You want to get how many million? So they're only going with super name brand people.
Sure.
And then they started doing all those. It's the 10-minute, and they would shoot people in Montreal only doing 10 minutes. And then those people got to say, I got a Netflix special. And you're like, you did 10 minutes. So I shot one. It was just bad timing. Right when I shot it, it was kind of when they did that transfer thing. So I have a whole special shot on 4 cameras that's on my hard drive.
Nice.
That no one's ever seen. And now it's dated material because back then it was a married guy and it was all my wife.
Right.
So it's this weird thing that you sit on and you don't know,
Yeah.
You don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Maybe I'll release that on our Patreon. Is that a thing?
I was going to say, you could still chop it up and put it on YouTube and get some social media clicks out of it and try to sell some dates. Something to think about for next time.
All right, you got to work on your ad campaign. I'm going to get a hold of my buddy. He's going to teach you how to speak mayor.
Oh, yeah, I need some mayor talk.
So,
all right, go to heffronreep.com. And for John Heffron, I'm John Reep. Take us out, Rick Sanford III.
You've been listening to the smooth sounds of Heffron and Reep. The show is over, but come back next week, same Reep time, same Heffron channel, for more comedy conversations, music, 80s church, and the life and times of the quarantine comedian. Always expect the unexpected, and who knows where the conversations will go. And as always, remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Peace.